What is going on, everyone? I am so late to the party, but that's what having a busy work schedule will do to you. But I am still here to give you the Rush Duel news, even if you already saw the big news yourself. And some of you might have seen the biggest news to come out of Yu-Gi-Oh! In the past couple of weeks is that ritual monsters are finally coming to Rush Duel. We've finally seen an actual ritual monster and how it's going to look when it is printed. And it's none other than Yu-Gi's ace monster in Duelist Kingdom, the Magician of Black Chaos, which is also not true. I keep forgetting he had Black Custom Soldier, so technically that would have been his ace. But whatever, it was Magician of Black Chaos that won him the duel against Pegasus, so yeah, whatever. And I gotta say, people, looking at the artwork, it is absolutely stellar. I love it so much. I like it even more than the original Magician of Black Chaos. Some people might like the original one more because maybe it looks darker in a way, but I think this new version really shows off all the highlights and the details of Magician of Black Chaos. It is such a cool looking monster, and I think this artwork completely highlights all these fantastic details. The leather, the color in his face, the pink, the hues, everything like that. Even this dark little aura around him and stuff like that. It's so freaking awesome. You still get the Dark Magician circle behind him as well. Everything about this is perfection, maybe except for the effect a little bit, because you see, Magician of Black Chaos is a level 8 Dark Spellcaster Ritual Effect Monster with 2800 attack and 2600 defense, and it's an effect monster, but it doesn't really have a requirement for an effect, nor does it have a regular effect. It just has a name condition effect that this card is treated as Dark Magician while in the graveyard. Now, while that is not stellar and super duper incredible, that is a very good effect, because there are some cards that need Dark Magician in the graveyard to work, such as Dark Magician Girl. This card makes Dark Magician Girl so much stronger. If you had 3 copies of your Magician of Black Chaos and your Dark Magician in the graveyard, you have a single tribute 4K beater all the time. During a mirror match, then you're gonna have to be careful because your opponent's Dark Magician Girl is also gonna be stronger. But these Dark Magician Girls are going to get incredibly powerful. Also, while this card doesn't have an incredible effect or anything like that, it is super easy to bring out, because let me read you what the ritual spell does. Black Magic Ritual, a ritual spell card, which still feels so weird to say in Rush Duel, ritual spell card. That is so awesome. But the requirement is none effect. Ritual summon Magician of Black Chaos by sending monsters in your hand or on your field to the graveyard whose combined levels equal 8 or more as material. You cannot use more monsters than necessary as material. Now, there's certain things that we have to go over about this. One, you can't use more monsters than necessary as a ritual. That's just something that's from the old game as well. That pretty much just means once you equal up to the level 8, you cannot keep going higher and higher. So you can do 2 level 4s, that's 8. You could do a 5 and a 4, that equals 9. But you can't do a 5, a 4, and a 4. You already surpassed what you needed. You can't tribute more than necessary, so no, you can't use this to start emptying out your hand. Another thing about this card is that this card sends monsters from your hand or on the field to the graveyard, and it doesn't even specify face up. Because if you looked at the Go Rush anime for Diskarma Ritual, it only sends up face up monsters from the field to the graveyard. So I think we're going to be getting 2 kinds of ritual monsters going into Rush Duel. One is going to be the kind like Magician of Black Chaos, where it's not going to be a monster with a really incredible effect, but it's going to be so much easier to bring out. While you're going to have something like this Karma-Raniac, which is going to have an incredible effect, but to summon it is going to be a lot harder because of the ritual spells probably going to have tougher conditions. So I think that's how they're going to scale the power level between ritual monsters. So Magician of Black Chaos, you could pretty much put in any deck. And did I also mention, for those of you who don't know, ritual monsters are in the extra deck. Yes, in Rush Duel, ritual monsters are in the extra deck, the way it was always meant to be. If you ever watched Duelist Kingdom, then you would realize that Yugi never drew into Magician of Black Chaos. He never drew into Blackluster Soldier. Pegasus never drew into Relinquish. All you needed was the ritual spell card, and this was true for the old Yu-Gi-Oh games as well. So ritual summoning in Yu-Gi-Oh Rush Duel is very much like the old way ritual was always meant to be. Another thing to take into consideration is that now ritual monsters don't tribute monsters, but they use monsters as material. Before, it was just tributing monsters. They are now considered materials for ritual summon. And since ritual monsters do exist in the extra deck, it is so easy to bring out Magician of Black Chaos. You can essentially put Black Magic Ritual in any deck you want, and you could just bring yourself out a big 28 beater from the extra deck, because all you have to do is just get rid of monsters that equal level 8 or more. It is such an easy card to bring out. It's incredible. So while it lacks in a good effect, its accessibility is supremely accessible. But that's not the only cards we got. We got some more cards, and this one I'm really excited about. We got Wing Dragon of Chaos. It is a retrain of Wing Dragon Guardian of the Fortress #1. So it is a level 4 Wind Dragon effect monster with 1400 attack and 1200 defense. The requirement is during the turn this card is normal or special summon effect. Choose one black magic ritual in your graveyard and set it in your spell trap card zone. If you have not drawn a card this main phase, then you can draw one card. So essentially, you can't get the draw effect by summoning up a second one. So you can only do this one time, okay, people? This is not something you could just keep on blessing and keep going into. But this is incredible because all you need to do is summon this card, get the black magic ritual, then you could just activate it because again, ritual monsters exist in the extra deck. It doesn't matter if you have Magician of Black Chaos in your hand. You have such easy access to this beat stick. It is absolutely ridiculous. You may not even need to run the ritual at 3. You could probably just get away with running it at 2 because the Winged Dragon is just going to be able to keep getting it back. Also, it lets you draw a card, meaning that you might even be able to draw into a monster you can use as a sacrifice for the black magic ritual. Absolutely amazing card. And for those of you wondering, why is Wind Dragon Guardian in the Fortress supporting Magician of Black Chaos? Some of you might just think, well, it's a Yugi card, so of course, but in the manga, Wind Dragon Guardian in the Fortress, along with Jigen Bakudan, were used to summon a Magician of Black Chaos, so that's why Wind Dragon has this retrain. So that's pretty cool that they paid attention to things that happen in the manga, because we didn't see this in the actual anime, but if you did read the manga, then you probably got the reference. Next, we have our final new card for these reveals, and that's Explorer of the Temple. Now, this is a crazy one, people. Level 4 Dark Spellcaster effect monster with 1100 attack, 500 defense. The requirement is shovel 2 monsters from your graveyard into the deck, which means you could also shuffle back your Magician of Black Chaoses, and then you could just summon the Winged Dragon, set the ritual spell, activate it, and then summon back out Magician of Black Chaos. It's ridiculous. But the effect is choose one level 7 ritual monster with 2300 attack and 2500 defense in your graveyard and special summon it to your field face up. What are they talking about? Magician of Black Chaos doesn't have 2300 attack. It doesn't have 2500 defense. It's a level 8 monster because we're going to be getting more ritual monsters. You see, the deck has 43 cards, meaning we're probably going to get 3 extra deck cards. Magician of Black Chaos is already one of them, and chances are we might be getting 2 more ritual monsters, or we might just be getting doubles of one of the new ritual monsters that we're getting, which is Magician of Black Chaos, or maybe the other one that we're going to be getting. Who knows? But if I had to take a bet, I'm gonna guess that we're gonna get ourselves a Magician of Black Chaos version of Dark Magician Girl. Now, hear me out. This is a level 7 ritual monster, and it's gonna have 2300 attack. Well, Magician of Black Chaos is the upgraded form of Dark Magician with 300 more attack and 1 level higher. So maybe this is gonna be Dark Magician Girl's version because it'll pretty much fit. 1 level higher, 300 more attack. Now, the 2500 defense kind of throws me off just a little bit because Dark Magician Girl usually has more attack than defense points, but they probably want to give her super good stats so that she just can't be run over by something like Dark Magician. So they probably want her upgrade to at least have some decent stats so that just regular Dark Magician just can't topple over her. Regardless, I'm completely looking forward to what we're going to be getting in this deck. If you looked at the deck list so far, we have so much good cards like Mirror Force, some 7s Roads cards. Of course, we're going to be getting Dark Magician reprint, and we're also going to be getting Dark Magician Girl. I don't have either of those cards, so I am definitely buying 3 of these decks. I think it's going to be completely worthwhile to buy 3 of these decks, not just so you can try to get the Overrush rare version of Magician of Black Chaos, but there are so many good reprints, and if you're gonna make the deck, you're gonna want to run 3 Dark Magician Girls anyway. You're gonna want to run 3 Magician of Black Chaos in your extra deck. We don't know what the new ritual monster is gonna do, but you're going to probably want to run multiples of it as well. You're gonna want more than one of the Black Magic Ritual, and probably the new ritual spell card for the new monster we're gonna be getting as well. So let me know what you guys think in the comments. We finally got Ritual revealed. I'm absolutely loving it. To me, it's just an incredible good counterpart to Fusion. You see, with Fusion, you need to use specific materials, but you can bring it out with a spell card that's pretty much universal, while in contrast with ritual monsters, you can use any material, but you need to have the specific spell card instead. So it's kind of backwards, and I really love that aspect of both of these type of mechanics in the extra deck for Rush Duel. So let me know what you guys think in the comments section. If any more news comes up, I will let you know about it. That's all I got for you guys today. Peace out.